name is Mario Santana. I'm the regional manager for Godrej Corporation. The company has been supplying Conor PLC, your company, refrigeration parts as well as others for the past years. And we have a proposition for you. Please.
Okay. Hi, I'm Mark Walker. I'm the product manager from Conor PLC. We're based in East Kilbride also, but we also have 2 offices nationwide, and we're also in the United States of America and South Africa. At Conor PLC, we manufacture cooling and heating machinery for industrial refrigeration and air conditioning. We also do plant design, manufacturing and installations through to maintenance and support and service, so we'll come in and do all that. The sectors we operate in include the building sector, food production, cold storage, distribution, with many more. We also have another arm to the business which is fully independent called Conor Technical Support, providing advice on refrigeration engineering issues. In addition, we have Conor Frost, our food freezing and chilling equipment specialists. This is all the things, that's just who we are.
So yeah, from my research, which is right here in this proposal, as well as from you just obviously said you're quite a big company and you're good at expanding since you have those 2.
United States of America and South Africa.
Yeah, exactly. So we were looking for something like
You're looking for an international expansion. Have you already attempted it, or?
Yeah, this is the thing. We've tried 3 times but failed. However, I think merging, which is always down here, could be beneficial to us both. Since my company can provide the technology as well as the engineers, and we require from you your expertise in marketing as well as other areas for expansion.
So, have you looked into any possibilities open to you in the future, not necessarily just now or anything?
Yeah, in fact, like right here, we've looked into various countries, as you can see. However, the main 4 are these ones right here, which include Africa, Europe, the Middle East, and India.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for your time and your insight today. I need to feed this back to the powers that be, and I'll be sure to tell them of your already research regions of interest. Thank you again.
Thank you very much. Please get back to me as soon as you can.
No bother at all.
I'll
see you later.
Get out.
For meeting Mario from the Godrej Corporation, a few interesting reasons for merger were highlighted. Godrej has previously had 3 attempts to move into international markets, though all to no success. Godrej has sourced and produced parts that meet both our specification and the legislation in the chosen markets Godrej have recommended expansion to. We also believe the most appropriate regions for expansion would be Africa, Europe, India and the Middle East. Mario believes by Conor PLC merging with Godrej for a further international expansion will enable us to meet the demand in foreign markets and establish sales channels overseas for both companies. I would make these recommendations from the meeting with Godrej. Firstly, our market department highlighted by the Godrej company for their success to undertake some marketing analysis to see the impact, if any, a merger would have on Conor PLC and their operations. Finally, a regional manager to investigate these markets mentioned by Godrej and the opportunity open to resolve.
Well, I do see what you're saying there. I read your whatnot. However, you did mention that there have been some failures in the past. With that being said, I'd like you, Callum, head of marketing, to sort of look into the external factors around this. Absolutely. Thank you. And Martina, as regional manager, I'd like you to go into different regions and just see what opportunities lie out there with you.
Yeah, I'm going to look into that. How are you doing?
Good morning, folks. What do you have for me today?
So Kevin, I have created a SWOT and personal analysis in order to show the external factors that will influence our decision on whether to go into business with Godrej or not. SWOT analysis shows that as a company we have a significant amount of strengths and opportunities coming towards us, although we do not actually have that many weaknesses or threats to the business. And because of this SWOT analysis is actually quite easy and nice looking. The strengths that we have for our business are, we have, obviously as Mark stated, we have a very strong business portfolio. Consumers are very aware of our brand, and we already operate in South Africa and America. Our opportunities, if we decide to go with Godrej, we can increase our market share significantly. As well as this, we have the opportunity to have very skilled engineers that Godrej already employs. However, our weaknesses and threats, though not that many, are that we already operate in a very highly competitive market and that the brand isn't actually usable within the new territories. Threats are pretty self-explanatory. The expansion may not work. It's something we just might have to deal with, but if it doesn't work, then the brand might become tarnished here at home, and if this is the case, then consumers might be a bit more likely to use us. But as you can see, the strengths and opportunities do clearly outweigh the weaknesses and threats. From the personal analysis, the personal has shown that despite the recovering economy, some businesses are still managing to thrive. The PESTEL looks into the political, economical, environmental, social-cultural, technological and legal factors behind the external environment. There are still certain factors that could have an immediate effect on Connor plc at the moment. The economy has caused the rate of inflation to stay particularly high. It's actually the highest it's been within the past 5 years, at between 3 to 3.7%. This could cause us to have to cut costs quite dramatically. That does include, sadly, job losses as well as a decline in our advertising budget. The PESTEL has shown that from a political standpoint, if we are going to be making people redundant, the trade unions aren't going to be happy and they are going to come in and probably demand some sort of industrial action to try and cut down on these job losses. From an environmental point of view, the products that we would create with Godrej would have to, of course, stick to current environmental regulations set in place by the government to lower our carbon emissions. This stands for all companies, not just us, but it's still a very serious point. Social point of view, with the world as it is and everyone's in a recession, consumers are really looking to not spend non-necessities. So this could hit us hard. Technologically though, with the advanced sales from Godrej, we've noticed that the current trend is for refrigerated vehicles. 136,000 were ordered so far this year. And they would have a big demand within countries that are really agriculturally sustainable, which means that they have to focus on the only income these places may have is their food. So having a refrigerated vehicle, we can get it from farm to fork faster. Economically, as I said before, the high levels of inflation are the biggest killer for us. This could lead to dramatic cost cuts, such as redundancies or lowering our advertising budget. And legally, we'll just need to focus on employment regulations as well as current legislation. And also we'll need to make sure we're sticking on top of the new locations we're moving to and ensure we're complying with their legislations. So my recommendations would be for us to join forces with Godrej in their expansion. However, I do think further research should be carried out by Martina, our regional manager, in order to analyse the best possible new territories for our joint venture. And that's all I've got for you.
Well, I've looked into the markets we considered for expansion. Without a doubt, with expertise of Connor and Godrej put together, we can actually gain a desirable position and some of these markets. Now, Europe is consistently the third largest market for refrigerants in the world. Now, although it is highly saturated, like working with Godrej Corporation, we have a technological advantage, and over many companies that are currently in operation in Europe. It's actually a big advantage for us because, see, all our equipment and our technologies are in compliance with the most recent EU regulations, including the 2006 F-gas regulation and the growing demand for hydrocarbons like HCFCs and HFCs. See, in the European market, there are large emphasis on safety, reliability, on also like the legislative compliance, which, as we all know, are at the center of our activity. As to India, now it is already an agricultural powerhouse, but it will not become a global economic player until it can actually get its food from farm to fork. Because, see, it is actually like the leading producer of milk and also the second largest producer of fruits and vegetables. But nearly 20% of that, which is 6.5 billion pounds worth, goes to waste every year. And now that actually that is a great opportunity for our company to fit in that market that called supply chain. Now, also in addition to that, in India, heavy investment in electrical infrastructure and also rising incomes. Now, that creates an opportunity for growth in the segment of commercial refrigeration. MEA, which is I treated it as one region as Middle East and Africa market. Now, this is a market that experiences a positive growth, and it is actually a fast-growing market in all sectors of refrigeration industry. However, I think we should consider the systematic violent conflicts in the region, because in the Middle East and Africa, conflicts actually cause damage to their infrastructure, and in addition to that, it actually and also disrupt markets, so that creates makes it very, very risky and uncertain for us to enter these markets. And to operate there. Now, also another issue as to MEA market involves counterfeit refrigerants. This is an increasing problem in the region, and it can potentially cause for us
It's another competitor almost in that market, it would be, because it'd be a lot cheaper as well.
Exactly, and that's one for one, and a lot of companies at the moment lose money and lose their
USB.
no, let me see. Yeah, revenue loss. So yeah, they experience losses in the revenue already because of that, and there is not. It seems like there is not enough control over this situation, over companies to try. So yes, I believe that expansion into Europe and India would actually follow with a great success for us, but as to the Middle East and Africa, I think we could wait. It's a bit risky at the moment. But it's definitely, these are because of their growing, their potential and very positive growth, we can consider it for future plans. And also I've prepared for you detailed analysis of each market, which I drew my conclusions from. It includes description and characteristics of each region, as well as trends and future opportunities, and detailed demographic reports.
Thank you.
Thank you all for the research that you've done in regards to this merger. I'll take all your findings into account when it comes to making my final decision in regards to the merger. I've also been doing some strategic research myself regarding the growth of corn overall within Europe and India. I've taken time to create an answer matrix that's allowed me to determine what strategy is best in terms of growth in different markets and whatever new products we're looking to create. So in terms of market penetration with our existing products within Europe, we're looking really to increase our sort of market share within Europe through the implementation of a new pricing strategy. What I thought would be best would be the penetration pricing strategy, as this would allow us to undercut competitors already within Europe. Another factor we need to take into account when it comes to increasing our market share would be customer retention and increasing usage from existing customers. We can do this by setting up loyalty schemes such as stock incentives to big suppliers when we care about products or orders. A second one would be securing dominance of growth markets within Europe. That would be best done through more market research into obviously developing markets that are growing. So that's the best way to increase our market share within Europe. So in terms of existing products and to develop further within our existing market in Europe, one thing we're looking would be good for our growth would be exporting our products to the Indian market instead of just within Europe. Because that's obviously a growing market already, as Martin said. Yeah. Another factor would be developing new dimensions within our existing service. So obviously we supply refrigeration to different companies. We're hoping to merge with a lorry manufacturer in India, because obviously refrigeration trucks are quite a big market over there. Mm-hmm. And while moving into India, one of the things we want to change is an implementation of a sort of new business strategy. Right now in Europe, all we'll do is undercut price, and that's what makes us stand out. However, within India, the best way to go about it is to go green, be one of the first countries to establish a sort of eco-friendly product, and that will give us our sort of unique selling point over there. In our competition, our pricing for India would be a sort of competitive price. Obviously, our USP comes from being eco-friendly. However, it's a volatile market, and to really sort of be sustainable within 12 months, we want to sort of be competitive and have the same sort of prices as compared to what we have in India. And then we go on to product development and new products. We were talking earlier about implementation of an air conditioning system that can also be acquired by consumers and not just for business. That's something we can really look into there. Obviously, we're mostly business to business. However, this is a new direction we can go in within India. Further market research to be carried out in order to identify new market segments or growth markets. That's what I was touching on earlier. So that's basically just the market research, just to find out any new segments in the markets we're missing. And we also took into account diversifying with new products. Mm-hmm. So we hope to diversify through the manufacturing of refrigerated trucks through potential merger in India. And we hope to implement an actual business to consumer sort of strategy within selling to private homeowners air conditioning systems. And so with that's the answer matrix over. So finally, our objectives for the future are to establish Corner PLC in India within 12 months through a vehicle manufacturer. Finally, our objectives for the future are to establish Corner PLC in India within 12 months through a vehicle manufacturer. But it's currently serving the vehicle refrigeration sector, and then would be to establish a commercial market in India within 12 months. And moving into the industrial sector within 18 months, providing air conditioning units for both private owned and industrial sectors such as factories. And last but not least, establish a market share within the Spain and Italy vehicle sector within 12 months, offering a private owned air conditioning units within 18 months.
Santana, the regional manager for Godrej.
Not further just lately. I'm not going to proposal, and I do like the proposition. However, we do to conclude with this and to agree a deal with yourselves, Godrej. We'd just like to sort of tell you what we want to do for the next 18 months. If that's okay, and if that's going to be sort of agreed, then go ahead and merge. So basically, what we want to do for our PLC is to establish ourselves within India within the next 12 months through a vehicle manufacturer currently serving already within the fisheries and vehicle sector. That's one of our main objectives. Our second is to establish a commercial market in India, because obviously we work business to business mostly. We like to establish more commercial, moving into the sort of private homeowners sort of sector, as well as establishing ourselves in the industrial sector in India through factories, for example, with our air conditioning units. And lastly, what we hope to do is establish some sort of market share within Spain and Italy and the fisheries vehicle sector as well. And that, we hope to do that for the next 12 months. And also we hope to offer private homeowners air conditioning units as well within those countries within the next 18 months. If that can get agreed, then we can score anything.
Yeah, I think most of it can be agreed on. Obviously, I have to go back and speak to my people back at Godrej. But yeah, everything sounds perfect, except for maybe the Italy we'd need to discuss a little bit. But I think I'm positive to say that I think we're into a merger.
Okay.
Yeah.
After being this.